there's a need to serve because we have our freedom, and it doesn't come free, and it comes at a price.
My name is Chris Shelton. I live in Gig Harbor, Washington. I served in the United States Army for 10 years. I jumped into Iraq in 2003 at the start of the campaign. After a year there, I went up the ranks, ended up in Battle Company, 2nd of the 503rd, 173rd. Deployed twice to Afghanistan. My last tour was our hardest tour. That's when I met Josh Brennan. He was in my platoon over there.
And when rock avalanche hit, that whole time period was tough on a lot of families.
That night, our perimeter was infiltrated by Taliban. There was gunfire, machine gun fire, hand grenades exchanged inside our perimeter. It was like kicking a hornet's nest. Was then I learned that Josh was taken by the Taliban. Salvatore Junta was my Bravo team leader, first squad. On his own accord, jumped up, knew that Joshua was taken, and fought the Taliban, exchanged grenades, was able to kill one or more of them, and he was able to get to Josh. He was just really messed up, but he was alive and he was able to communicate with us. And he left us knowing that we were there.
We did get news that there was some terrible losses. Larry was killed the day before Josh was. And specifically, Josh was very important to Chris.
He was brilliant, funny, just a very positive person.
My wife, Melissa, went to school with Josh in Ontario, at Ontario High School.
Julie talked to Kyle and actually offered Kyle this tag. And Kyle, being the man that he is,
and that guy, he turned it down. He said, I have somebody that's not more deserving, but he felt that could really benefit from hunting with his father out here. So they got a hold of Chris, and they all came out together.
And I just thought this would be just a great opportunity to recognize Josh and his family for what he has given our country.
But his memory lives on, and this is huge to be able to honor his life.
up on top and found these elk. Wind was really bad this morning, you know, and it happens with hunting. No matter where we moved today, it was just blowing the opposite way.
We get down into the ravine because the wind is not in our favor, and we actually see some of the bulls with the cows that we saw, and they must have winded us or something, so they pushed back, you know, down the mountain and away from us.
Yeah, they winded us.
So we ended up going about 6 miles in and out of these canyons before we were able to get those elk bedded and settled and, you know, pinpoint exactly where we needed to come in from.
So we have to go all the way back around. We hit this fence line. That's when we see the elk down at the bottom, and there's a pile of them. There's got to be 150, 200. Just antlers everywhere.
He's to the right. There's a clump of grass, and he's right behind it. You can just see his head. That's it.
And they busted us, and there's probably 200 head of elk in that group that went down in the bottom of a canyon, and they came up the other side, and Chris did have an opportunity there.
Cow call, cow call. Cow call. Oh, right, right in the front. Right in the front.
Which one?
In the middle.
Fuck, I missed.
I pride myself on being a fairly decent shot. I took a shot on this bull. I, you know, just wanted to crack one off because I didn't, you know, want to miss the opportunity, and it went right under him, and then they all peeled up the mountain.
So we just watched them for a while until they kind of settled down and slowed up, and then we kind of dropped back, made another big circle around.
And we flanked them. We went all the way back around.
I don't know, there's a couple good ones in there. Yeah, that's that patch. Might want to go this way so we can look off in this drainage just in case they bedded in the head of this.
We crawled up to the high ground, and then we belly crawled for, I don't know, 50, 60 yards.
To sneak into about 150 yards of a bunch of bulls bedded right underneath us. But Chris's bull, it was bedded up with some cows, and that's one that we've kind of been keeping our eye on all morning.
We lined it up, and there was a cow sitting in front of him, and he decided to take a nap, and we thought we were going to be there for a while, and then that cow jumped up.
shot.
Yep. Got him. Yep.
Hit him again
Yeah.
if you can.
There we
There
go.
you got him again.
Ah, shooting.
One more
Wait,
time.
wait.
One more time.
There you go.
Grass is in the way.
I think he's going.
Going down?
No, one
No,
more time.
not yet.
There
Yep.
you go.
Yep.
Tough guy.
Anymore.
And he's stuttering now.
Yeah, he's going down.
Yep, he's gonna go.
This is for you, brother.
Yeah.
This is for you.
Josh.
Down.
The emotion from Chris this morning, I mean, it makes you tear up when you're seeing it, and you just know that his buddy's watching him.
Good shooting.
That was pretty special.
Nice one, man. Beautiful.
There we are.
Congratulations, man.
That was it. So we walked up there, and I have to tell you, I mean, it's my first bull, but there can never be another bull like this. This is not for me. This is not for anyone here. This is for Josh.
And I saw the whole thing come down. And when I got a call from Chris that he in fact was the one that took that elk, it was a pretty moving moment.
Come on, guys. Get in your gym. Come on.
Right here.
I put it in the top 2 days of my life with him. First he was born, and second we did this. And we've done a lot of things together over the years. We're really close. This is right at the top.
It was a pretty emotional thing for Chris. You know, I mean, he kind of offered this one up to Josh. I mean, these veterans have gone through so much, and they appreciate it more than anybody can ever realize.
I mean, I have his picture hanging up on my wall at home, and now I'm gonna have this big elk rack hanging right next to it, and you know, it's just a great way to just live for somebody who just gave everything so that we could do this.